Hey guys, it's PSL here, and I'm here for the 13th part of the F1 Manager Minardi Manager Career mode. And for the first time in actually quite a long time, we're not going to be announcing anything because we've announced all of our personnel contracts, as you can see here. Look, all of our drivers, designers, technical directors, etc. That's all there. And obviously, we announced our engines, electronics, and brakes in the last two episodes, which are very exciting. And that's what everything is. It's going to make Minardi very strong next year to us, these announcements. These contracts we signed for next year. But yeah, we're not announcing anything, so this might actually be a shortish episode, which we haven't had for a long time, actually. Actually, I don't think we've ever had a reasonable length episode. No, apart from the first one, but that was a bit... But anyway, yep, so we got actually, before I go on to that, there's a test day around Britain, which, I don't know why it's around Britain, because surely, with Minardi being based in Italy, you'd assume it'd be a test day in Monza, but apparently it's around Silverstone instead, but, oh well, we're not going to anyway, because obviously, as I've said, test days, I think, are pointless. I genuinely don't know I suppose they help you to find setups around the track, but we've already done the British Grand Prix, so what's the point? I don't know to be honest, but anyway, got the Belgian Grand Prix now, and well, not now, in 2 weeks' time actually, but it should be a very interesting, should be a very interesting race, because it's a brilliant circuit, one that used to be run on Belgian roads. I mean, obviously this is still in Belgium, but obviously it used to be basically just public roads with no safety and and with Belgium's notoriously, how can I describe it? Eventful weather, unpredictable weather. You know, it's caused some pile-ups in the past. But no, we'll see how that goes. But no, this is another one of the older classic tracks, and we seem to do well at the kind of older style tracks. Like Hockenheim, we did well. Imola, we scored points. I know I keep on saying this, but I'm just hoping, you never know, we might just sneak into the points. Well, I doubt it, but we did once. We did once this season, so hopefully we can sneak back into the points. And, well, look forward to the race around Spa-Francorchamps, but we got 2 weeks between now and then, so we'll see what news is announced between here and now, so I'll see you then. Okay, so hey guys, so we have got some news that's come up. Well, I say news, some of it's rumours to be honest. I mean, we got Benetton might be using Supertech engines, and now we've heard rumours about which engines Benetton are going to be using. We've had them for ages. I remember these have been going back weeks, probably months actually, of rumours of what engines Benetton are going to be using. And they're still carrying on. Apparently it's big news. Well, I suppose actually, I think they're the biggest team that hasn't announced their engines yet. Obviously you can check down the description, but I know McLaren have, Ferrari obviously have because they use their own engines, Jordan have, and I think Williams have. Yeah, I think Williams have. So apparently it's big news, and they might be using Ford Zetec engines, which would, I'm not gonna lie, that would make my day. That'd be the best news I've heard ever since I heard McLaren are going to be using Ford Zetec engines. That'd be brilliant. And then we got Sauber confirms Gabriele Tredozzi as their chief designer, because obviously we're not retaining Gabriele Tredozzi. We're going for Neil Oatley, because frankly, Neil Oatley is a much better designer. And Gabriele Tredozzi, I mean, the chassis designed isn't that good to be fair, but the aero parts he has designed and constantly developed this season have been alright. And I suppose it's good to see a Minardi personnel, existing Minardi personnel person go to another team, because Massimo Cusimano has found employment at Williams. Gustav Brunner found employment somewhere. I can't remember where actually. But Gabriele Tredozzi's found employment, so you know they're not going out of business. Let's put it that way. They're still finding another job, even though it's not with us. And then we got Benetton might be using Peugeot engines, because you know just no one has a clue what engines they might be using. And now hang on, new components deal for Benetton. It's Supertech engines. I'm pretty certain that's the ones they're using at the minute, but there you go. So Supertech engines. I mean, what can I say? It's the same ones. I think the same ones that are using them. They've gone for a reasonable deal. What can I say, really? Well, at least I won't be going downhill in tons of engines like McLaren and Jordan will be next year, which I'm looking forward to. And then Patrick Lamari, whatever him, there's a rumour anyway that he'll be going to Williams next year, which will be as a test driver role if he does go, because obviously they confirmed driver number 1, which is Takaki, and driver number 2, which is Ralf Schumacher. So obviously the only driver position left for Williams is test driver, so he might go into Williams next year, and that's it really. I saw the news, most of it was rumours and sponsor news, but that's it for this week. And so we got an email from Gabriel Chidosi telling us that he's leaving the team, obviously going to Sauber, but even though he's left to go to Sauber, he's still designed for us the 4th model of front wing and the 4th model of rear wing. So we're going to go and start manufacturing them. That's on this one. So that means we can stop manufacturing this 3rd model of... Look, they've made 17 of the 3rd model of front wings. 25 of the set... Oh, we've got enough front wings to last. We couldn't physically destroy that many, to be honest. But we'll stop making the 3rd model. Because obviously they're rated 93, but the 4th model is rated 94. Now you will notice something about the 4th model of front wing and the 4th model of rear wing is they've only got 1 stock at the minute. And obviously that's only good enough for 1 car, so hopefully, because I'm telling them to manufacture these new wings, hopefully they can manufacture a 2nd one in time for the race, because or else Mark Gené's going to have to go without, to be honest. And then we just got more weekly reports, so we've still got a week until we've got to go to Belgium for the Belgian Grand Prix, so I'll see if there's any more news between now and then. So I'll see you then. Okay, so hey guys, so we have got some news, well, 2 bits of news. Well, here's proper confirmed news, is that Lyft, the sponsor, are going to be backing BAR, and then we've just got the rumour of Patrick Lamari going to Williams again. So we got no new news, and that's it really. It's a pretty uneventful week. And there you go, so that's it done, to be honest. And so we're going to be going to Spa-Francorchamps for the Belgian Grand Prix. And obviously, it's a very interesting track, it's a very eventful one, because obviously if you remember in this time period, I mean not in 1999, but in 1998 there was that famous crash at the start of the Grand Prix where David Coulthard lost control in the brutally wet conditions. I mean, they were so... nowadays, they wouldn't run F1 that wet conditions because they're a bit wussy, to be honest. But, you know, around this period where they're a bit more manly and a bit more tough to stewards and all the safety people, you know, we had the big crash in 1998 where... what was it, like a 13-car pile-up? Upon exiting the first corner rather. It was a massive pile-up, and obviously it shows how eventful the Belgian Grand Prix can be, how weird the weather can be, and you never know, that should be able to play to our advantage, you know, if cars get caught up in weather, even though actually, I've neglected to say this before because I do think this is embarrassing on the game's part. The game doesn't have weather. Every race is dry, there is no weather in this game, which is, I'll be honest, I've never mentioned it because I know this game's flawed, but that's just embarrassing, to be honest. But what can I say? So we're going to be at a bone dry Belgian Grand Prix, as we have been at a bone dry Grand Prix for every other race before, and even after this one they'll all be bone dry. But you never know, Belgium's a very interesting track, a very long track, quite a demanding track on both the car and driver. I mean, Eau Rouge springs to mind. Look at that. Stiff gear, 180 miles an hour. You don't often see corners that have such a high speed. I mean, I know that is Blanchimont, I believe. Is that Blanchimont? Yeah. But often you don't see corners of that high recommended speed figures going around. I mean, look, the source is only 40 miles an hour, but there you go. It's a very interesting track, very demanding track, and you never know, if all the other cars crash out, you know, similar to what happened in 1998, we might just be able to slip into the points. Because in that famous 1998 Grand Prix, Pedro Diniz actually came 5th in the Arrows, and, you know, Shinji Nakano, I mean, he was the last finisher in the Minardi, but he came 8th. Close to the points, to be honest, and you never know. I mean, we haven't got Shinji Nakano anymore, we've got the mighty Luca Badoer and Marc Genet. Yeah, I don't have much faith in them, to be honest, but we'll see. You never know. Hopefully it will go well, and I'll see you for the practice report around Belgium. So I'll see you then. Okay, so the practice session around Spa-Francorchamps in 1999, and we've got the results up here, so I'll go take you through them right now. So, first and second, it's both McLarens. They've proved to be the dominant car this year, really, when they've got it working optimally, and to be honest, they seem to have got it working perfectly around here, because Mika Häkkinen has taken first, and David Coulthard is just behind in second. Third and fourth are Michael Schumacher and Eddie Irvine, with actually Schumacher beating his teammate by about 1.5 seconds a lap. Heinz Alfredson then takes a very respectable 5th in the Jordan, setting a lap time a further 1.5 seconds behind Eddie Irvine. But then there's a bigger gulf between 5th and 6th, of 6th being Ralf Schumacher, and despite the fact that Ralf Schumacher came 2nd last year, he wasn't able to set a sub 2 minute lap, saying 2:01, which is over 2 seconds a lap slower than Frenson's time. Bruins Barrichello is then in 7th, with Fisicella and Wirth taking 8th and 9th in the Benetton. Zanardi can't replicate the pace of his teammate to be down in 10th, setting a lap time over 2 seconds slower than his teammate, with Johnny Herbert in 11th. Jacques Villeneuve is in 12th, Diniz is in 13th, Ricardo Zonta is in 14th, Jean Alesi is in 15th, both Prost of Panis and Trulli are 16th and 17th. Damon Hill continues his run of poor practice sessions to be down in 18th. Then we see the typical two teams at the bottom as per usual, with both Minardis of Genet and Badoer in 19th and 20th, and then taking up the last row of the grid is Pedro de la Rosa and then Toru Takaki in the Arrows, with Takaki setting a lap time over 20 seconds a lap, slower than the man in first place, which is Häkkinen. Okay, so the qualifying session around Spa-Francorchamps in 1999 has just ended, so let's take a look at the results. Mika Häkkinen is able to replicate his practice pace to come on first again this time around, the difference being Michael Schumacher gets second, splitting the two McLarens up, as David Coulthard comes in third. Eddie Irvine then comes in fourth to be away off of his teammate, and then Damon Hill improves massively on his practice pace to be in fifth, and then Heinz Alfredson finishes in sixth. Ralf Schumacher just isn't able to make it into the top six as he comes in seventh. Fisicella's in eighth, and Zanardi improves on his practice performance slightly to come in ninth. Bruins Barrichello's in 10th, with Wirth in 11th and Herbert in 12th. Both BARs of Villeneuve and Zonta come 13th and 14th. Then we got both Saubers of Diniz and Alesi in 15th, 16th, both Prost of Trulli and Panis, then both Minardis, and then both Arrows, with Genet leading the pack of Minardis and De La Rosa leading the pack of Arrows, with Takaki and the other Arrows setting a lap time 7 seconds a lap slower than his teammate, and Takaki set some quick laps because, as you can see, he did 5 laps. So how Takaki can set a lap time in the exact same car as his teammate but 7 seconds a lap slower is absolutely unbelievable. And that's bearing in mind that Takaki is going to Williams next year, and how on earth he can even remain in F1 next year with pace like this is highly questionable. Okay, so hey guys, so we're here for the race strategy, you know, just before the race for the Belgian Grand Prix, and Gustav Brun is recommending a 3-stop strategy to be the quickest one, which I suppose makes sense. Well, 1-stop strategy is out of the question. With that much fuel usage a lap, I don't think the cars could physically hold enough fuel to do a 1-stop, and a 2-stop will make the cars really heavy, so I suppose a 3-stop, while we're doing more pit stops, it keeps the car lighter, I suppose. Now see Genet paying in a lap later. And now we gotta replace new parts on, replace fresher parts on these cars, so obviously less likely to fail. And as you can see, 4th model of front wing and rear wing, but the crucial thing is, did the boys back at Minardi, were they able to create a 2nd model of front wing and rear wing for Genet as well? So let's find out. And they have, yep, he's running the 4th model as well, so both cars are equal because they're both running the same model of parts. Both are brand new and both have chassis wear 4%. So completely equal cars, so to this there's not really any excuse if one does worse than the other. So let's go out for the Belgian Grand Prix. Now, to be honest, I would click on the TV camera, but every time I've clicked on the TV camera, it's crashed for me. So I'm going to keep in this camera angle and hope it doesn't crash. So, no, the game's still running. Good. I thought for a second there was good. What the hell is going on? Okay, we just have about 6 cars inside of each other. I'm not surprised the game crashes when crazy stuff like that happens. Okay. I'll click on the TV camera now and hope it doesn't crash. Please don't tell me it has. There we go. No, I'm sorry, it's just, this is my, truth be told, actually, this is my, 3rd attempt at recording this race, because, I mean, I did all the recording, I mean, so, you know, the news, I've actually read the news before, but I was just pretending like I never read it before, because, this is my 3rd attempt at recording this race, but, it's the first time it hasn't crashed, so that's always good to see. And what is good to see? Come on, Genet, it's Genet getting past people? Impossible. Look at that picture, that's brilliant. See, if I had more customized... Whoa! That Benetton, that was very... just... It's like Belgium 2014 all over again, except there wasn't any damage. And it was on the 1st lap, not the 2nd lap, but... And Johnny Herbert, how did he slip down that many places? But come on, Johnny, get past the Prost. Don't get past the Minardi. You know you don't want to get past the Minardi. Just get past the Prost. Whoa! That was a dive bomb if ever I've seen one. Just, it's, wow. Where's Johnny gone? He's gone. Can't see him. How did the field shake up so much? No, Johnny, don't get past Genet. He's got past Genet. I mean, I'm not surprised, to be honest. And come on, get past the Arrows. Hang on, we're behind in Arrows. How on earth did we get behind an Arrows? Although, how did we get past the Stewart and both Prost and Salvers? And is that another Minardi in last? Oh, this game. I'm not surprised it crashes when things like this happen. And hang on, what? Hakkinen slipped down from 1st. Oh, come on, Hakkinen. Is he going to get past Schumacher? Surely he will. Think about the power of that Mercedes engine. I mean, the Ferrari engine's good. It's the 2nd best in the game and it is very powerful. But the Mercedes engine is better. So, hopefully, for Hakkinen's sake, oh, and I do want Hakkinen to win the championship because he did win it in real life. I mean, I don't really compare this game to real life that much, because I was thinking about making direct comparisons to real life throughout this series, but this game's so unrealistic and so weird, I just decide not to bother, especially as I'm planning to do all sorts of crazy stuff with bringing in Damon Hill and that. I thought I'd leave out the real life references, for this series at least anyway. And so even though the front runners are complete the 1st lap, us lot all the way back here haven't. And is that Selby getting past the Arrows? That is a tight field at the back. I mean, Johnny Herbert's pulling away. I mean, he should do. He shouldn't even be back here. But there's an Arrows leading the pack. Benetton's still stuck with us. And have you ever seen cars go around La Source so fast? Okay, I'm gonna go off the TV camera before it crashes again. And Luca Badoer's in last, okay. And, well, is anything interesting? Well, we'll accelerate time. See if anything interesting happens. And there you go. Fill back to our normal positions. Arrows are behind us, which is what I want to see. Where's Trulli? Good, okay, we don't want Trulli to slip into the points. Unless we slip into the points and outscore Arrows. I know I keep on saying this, but Prost are our main rivals until we outscore Arrows again. Which, I don't know whether that... Arrows have had an engine failure, yes. Oh, this is looking good. Oh, this is exactly what I was hoping for. We've had Giancarlo with a driver error, that's brilliant. Diniz with a suspension failure, Coulthard with a driver error, Irvine with a driver error. We've got big names slipping out here. I mean, no Hakkinen or Schumacher, or Damon Hills for that matter. But crucially, Giancarlo's out, so one of the pros is out, which is good because obviously you don't want Prost to get into the points. And we've had Wirth with an electronics failure. I'll be worrying if they use Magneti Marelli's. I don't know if they do. And John Lacey's got past Panis, that's good. So that's another car preventing Prost from slipping into the points. And what's that? Ralf Schumacher's our driver error, no surprise there. Frentzen with barge boards, and we're getting a lot of retirements. And hang on, Rubens Barrichello, driver error, we are getting close to the points. But worryingly, Panis is also getting fairly close, which is worrying. And Takaki hasn't had an engine failure, surprisingly. I mean, De La Rosa till on the 8th lap. You know, I think that says a lot about the quality of Arrows engines. And next race, I'm going to predict the next race we're going to see the most hilarious thing with Arrows engines in the world. No, Panis, don't get into 6th. Don't get into 6th. No, come on. Don't. Oh, I was terrified then. Okay. And I was going to say, yeah, I was going to predict next race, I think we're going to see something hilarious with Arrows engines. Especially, oh no, Takaki did finish. Well, he didn't finish, but he didn't retire out, that's what I mean. Badoer retired out of barge board failure, which is disappointing for us. Zonda driver error, Fisicella barge boards. A lot of retirements that race. And while we didn't get into the points, crucially Prost didn't, so we hold 10th in the Constructors, with Hakkinen in 1st, Schumacher 2nd, and Damon Hill actually getting 3rd. That's pretty good performance for him. I mean, where did David Coulthard come in the end? 19th, yeah, because he won the real life 1999 Grand Prix. Start to finish, genuinely. I looked up on Wikipedia, he led every single lap David Coulthard did, which is surprising. But there you go. Apparently David Coulthard, you know, he couldn't even finish the race because he crashed out, which was his own fault, it says. But anyway, there's the results. Zanardi actually got a good finish. Oh, well, there you go. Zanardi in 4th. Well, I mean, to be honest, right, he's in a good car, and as long as he can finish, because there's no way in hell Ralf Schumacher's going to finish a race. I mean, have you seen the guy? As long as Zanardi finishes, surely he should be better than him anyway. But there you go, let's continue on. And there you go. So there was only 9 finishes that race. That is surprising. And even though Fisicella, oh, it's gone now, but even though Fisicella retired out of the race with a part failure, he still completed as many laps as Takaki did. Which, oh, that's embarrassing for Arrows, but they don't help themselves. So yeah, McLaren win at Spa-Francorchamps, which should put McLaren further in front of Ferrari and drivers and constructors. And there you go, we got our weekly reports, race reports are, wow. McLaren are absolutely dominating the tech race. Absolutely dominating. Well, there you go. And am I right in saying, yeah, it's no, don't worry. I was just thinking of something. I don't really know what I was thinking, actually. No, I don't want to check that. I want to check. So, gone up to the driver's standings. Oh no, Hakkinen. So actually, was Schumacher leading at the end of the last race? Must have been then. Oh, well, there you go. Hakkinen's now retaking the lead of the Drivers' Championship with... Who's the last scoring points? Oh, us. I was about to say, who's the last scoring points driver? That's us, obviously, Badoer. With Takaki, there you go. 2 points, that's brilliant. Well, constructors-wise, yeah, McLaren are leading. They should do. I mean, it says they're leading the tech race, so if they don't win the constructors, then that's the biggest disappointment ever. with crucially, well, Arrows have slipped down into 9th, which is great, because remember at the start of the season they said they aim to finish 6th, and anything lower is a disappointment, and I hate to break it to you, right, 6th was a pretty unrealistic achievement, and that's why it's impossible for anyone to complete a career mode with Arrows in this game, because it's near impossible to come 6th in this championship with Arrows. And I mean, if you manage to come 6th with Arrows come the end of the season, you've done a good job, but you're not going to. Whereas Minardi, a lot more realistic, they just say come 10th, they know their place in the world, and that's why I picked a career mode of them. Well, that and the fact they're one of my favourite teams ever. And manager rating, Paul Stewart, yeah, I suppose rightly so, to be honest, because he's beaten Jordan and Williams. Is he? Constructors? Oh no, Jordan have just overtaken him in points, but it's ahead of Williams, which is quite an interesting, it's quite an impressive feat for Paul Stewart to do that, so I'm not surprised he's rated highest. With Ron Dennis, because he's finally leading Drivers and Constructors Championship, I suppose it makes sense for him to be in 2nd, Jean Todt 3rd. With us, right in the middle, and last is Frank Williams, which, well, I suppose it's quite tight between those bottom 5 managers, but to put Frank Williams at the bottom is, I don't know, why not Tom Walkinshaw? Well, I suppose he's got 2 points, that's pretty impressive. And then that's fine, so you don't really want to see it, well you can see it if you want. We've made a profit of 11.5 million this year so far, that's amazing. Who's been our biggest expenditure? Oh, the support staff. Well, we have got 200, so makes sense. Oh no, actually Ford Zetecs have been our biggest expense, with our cheapest being, oh, Massimo Cusimano. Oh, sorry for the guy, we're paying too little. He only gets 17 grand a year. I mean, that's barely livable, it's not even really livable. Well, there you go, so that's the Belgian Grand Prix over with. We're going to be, for our home Grand Prix, I mean, well, the team's home Grand Prix at Monza, which I'm looking forward to. I mean, well, Monza, it's a high-speed track, shouldn't favour our Ford Zetec engine very well. But then again, Hockenheim, massive reliance on straight-line speed of a car, and we did very well in that race. So you never know, we might just be able to grab a few points in this race. We'll see. Anyway, and crucially, well, I mean, you know, Arrows had an engine failure last race, and I know from personal experience with playing this game, and even doing a career mode as Arrows, not on YouTube, but just in my personally while playing the game myself, I know Arrows never have enough engines to last a race, and engine failures don't, to last a season rather, and engine failures do not help them to have enough engines to last a season, and I couldn't even have enough engines to last a season when I did my career modes. Well, I probably might have done if I didn't do practice or qualifying and guess the setup for the race. Yeah, I might have been able to have done. But anyway, no, I think Arrows next race at Monza are going to be the hilarious team to watch next race. Just mark my words, I think they're not going to finish qualifying, practice, or the race. I think they're going. I think their engines are going to blow up before they even start, and it's going to be hilarious. And that's going to eliminate one of our rivals this season. I would say our main rival, but at the minute our main rival is Prost. So I'm looking forward to the race. I think it's going to be hilarious, to be honest. But we'll wait for that, and I'll see you for Monza. Great track, legendary as it says there, which I think is the right word for it. And it says it's a cathedral for Ferrari. Why not Minardi? It's got to be Italian supporting Minardi. Why not? I know Ferrari's the main one, but there's got to be some supporting Minardi, surely. Well, they seem to underestimate us, but you never know. We'll sneak into the points, hopefully. But I'll see you for the Italian Grand Prix next time. So I'll see you then.